This is lesson 3.3. It's about how to remove those really annoying, invasive words and terms that sometimes creep into your searches. You do a search, you get a million results, but they're all polluted by something that you didn't really want. This is how to get rid of those not so great results, those invasive results. This is the use of what we call the minus operator. Now, like site colon or like file type, this is a way to modify the query to be more precise, to zoom in on just what it is you want to find. Here's an example. So imagine that you're still on this Tesla coil kick. So you might imagine doing a search for Tesla coil, but you don't want to see anything about circuits. You do a query like this one, minus circuits. What this does is when you do a search for just Tesla coil, you get a bazillion results, all about Tesla coils. That's what this ellipse represents. It shows the whole universe of results that are queued up, sought out, discovered through this Tesla coil query. But now when you say minus circuits, what you see is a smaller set of results. It has zoomed in, it's focused in on the results that have Tesla coil, but don't have the word circuits appearing anywhere in that. Here's an example live. Suppose that you want to, say, make salsa for dinner. You know, that Mexican sauce that has garlic and jalapeno peppers and tomatoes typically in it, but we don't want the tomatoes. How do we do that? Let me show you the sequence of things I went through when I was discovering how to do this. I did a search like this, salsa, and you get a bunch of results about places that serve salsa and salsa, the recipe, and oh, these have lots and lots of tomatoes. It's not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to modify the query to say recipe. Maybe that'll be better. I'll get rid of all those other results. Fantastic. I've got salsa recipes, but they all have tomatoes in them. I'm going to modify the query again. I'm going to say this time minus tomatoes, like that. And now, this is great. That's a recipe. It's based on mangoes. It doesn't have tomatoes in it. But if you scroll up a little bit, let me show you something interesting here. So, you see this? Tomatillo. It's not a tomato. It's a small kind of green thing that's kind of in the same family as tomatoes, but it's not really a tomato. I don't want that either. So what I'll do is modify my query to be minus tomatillo, like that. Okay? And now I've got nothing but results that have neither tomatoes in it or tomatillos in it. I just have pure salsa results. Mango, papaya, all kinds of stuff, but no tomatoes. So the trick here is to use the minus operator next to a term that you want to remove from your search results. See here? Suppose we're looking for salsa and we didn't want to see that dancing stuff. So we might get rid of salsa dancing by saying salsa minus dancing. But we could also get rid of the tomatoes in those recipes by salsa minus dancing minus tomatoes minus tomatillos, whatever. Important thing to know. I see people get tripped up by this all the time. They put a space accidentally after the minus sign. Do not do that. If you put a space after the sign, minus sign, it means that Google will not see the minus sign. It will go salsa, something, tomatoes. Ah, I'm going to give you double salsa tomato. That's probably not what you want. Now that you know how to use site colon, how to use file type, and how to use minus to target in on your search, you are now empowered to do all kinds of very sophisticated searches. So now go ahead, click on the next arrow, and see what you can do in the next activity.